Welcome, my friends, to the Connery interviews. Here we interview key members of the Connery Planetside 2 community about issues at hand, their experiences within Planetside 2, and personal thoughts. Today we have SkyMarshall of FCOM as our guest.
Afternoon, sir.
Alright, thanks for coming. So tell me a bit about yourself. How did you get into Planetside 2?
A few years ago, I saw some of my friends playing Planetside, and I decided to check it out, and I was completely blown away by the just scale and awesomeness that can just happen within the game.
Oh, okay. So FCOM seemed like the right path directly afterwards?
FCOM is a relatively new thing, which was made by three of our favorite YouTubers who we all just followed, and we play on their streams and together when they're not online.
So what are some of the things that you guys do?
A number of shenanigans, but we lead armor pushes, just try and have fun as the main goal, but also try and work tactics and teamwork into it.
So I heard you lead the air division. What's your most favorite thing to do as, the lead of air division?
Personally, I prefer the Galaxy, or as we call it, the Whale, as I find it's quite fun to fly, and very often that we get 10 or more whales in the air and we do aerobatics with them.
So now we got basics out of the way. So, recently there's been, some drama with the server smash for Connery. But there's been some progress that's being made. And so given that there will be a meeting on the future of server smash, like this weekend, what do you think should be discussed as a way forward?
I think teamwork and trying to limit the amount of salt in the community is probably the main thing that should be discussed.
Like, could you go more in depth in terms of like the specifics? Like, what would you do in terms of fixing this whole thing up?
I know that a number of the arguments had between a number of the outfits who weren't invited, and some of this that happened prior to the service thing. So I would say maybe trying to include everyone in it is probably the best route, because the game's all about fun.
Yeah. So do you know anybody that would be suitable as the Connery rep? Like, can you provide reasons and backing that up?
I would probably recommend Cyberwiber of FCOM, because he's a good, strong leader. He doesn't take anyone's, and he leads us forward in a very direct manner.
Like, what moment do you think really showed his positive aspect?
We had a lot of people complaining about Connery's server within FCOM, and he just came in straight away and sorted out both parties, and he basically made us all work together as a team and achieve our goals. So I think he's quite a good mediator.
So ever since he kind of started doing stuff, you'd say that the outfit has improved a lot.
Definitely, he's definitely improved our tactics, our teamwork, and overall fun, and he's become a small celebrity on our Discord.
Wow, well, I think, he should definitely be considered to a certain respect. Since, all of this, the server smash will improve the community, we also want to talk about the game overall. What do you think the devs should do to improve Planetside 2?
I would probably like them to fix some of the more significant bugs, such as falling through the continent, or maybe improving some other of the latency issues if they can do that. Also, further refining their base building, because I think that is a great mechanic and it is going to just add longevity to the game.
So, do you think currently the prices for items in terms of certs are, relatively sane? Do you think they're too overpriced or underpriced?
Since the beginning of the game, the price has always been a hotly discussed topic, even with Daybreak Cash, which many people consider to be quite expensive. I think for the cost of guns, the 1,000 certs, which it typically is quite a reasonable price, because you do need to invest time, but you can get a lot of the other modifications for your weapons quite easy.
Any specific parts of the game that you feel are lacking?
I would probably say that there could be more air-based stuff, a number of weapons, or even maybe a better anti-air ground, maybe an anti-air turret for the main battle tanks.
So, do you think just this would improve the air game, or would you say general strategies would improve it? Because I've heard people saying that there's not enough respect between air players, considering Donald Frago and some other people. They've kind of ruined the competitive air, according to others. What do you think about this?
Is quite difficult. It's each different type of ASF has their own advantages, such as the maneuverability being the Vanu's scythe, and vertical and amount of boost is being the NC's Reaver's ability. And everyone has to learn their own tactics and trick it out in the way they want. So strategy does play into it, but you need to be smart with where you invest your certs.
So, regarding competitiveness, do you think the Planetside 2 competitive aspect could be improved?
There can always be more refining, but I think it is quite good where it is at the moment.
Because I heard for some people that they're saying, like, Planetside 2 in terms of competitiveness, there's kind of no point in continuing, because there's like, it's just like it isn't working, it's dividing people, according to some. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Some may call it dividing, but I think competition's a good thing. Trying to work up that competitive nature between different outfits, and it makes everyone better in the long run.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. So just for fun, like, which faction do you think is the most OP?
Personally, I originally played as Vanu, so I kind of think they're more OP. Plus, they have some great spandex armors. But at the moment, I'm playing mainly as the NC because I love their main battle tank.
Yeah, like at times I think that the VS are OP, but in actuality, if you actually play them right now, they're kind of on the same range as everyone else. It's just they play to their advantage in terms of how the game structured them to be. Well, final question: what's the most important aspect of Planetside 2 for you, besides from air?
Important aspect, there has to be fun. You can't play a game and not have fun. Sure, you can work with friends and do teamwork and turn it into a milsim if you are so inclined, but you have to have fun doing it. Otherwise, there's no point.
Yeah, good final closing thoughts. All right, thanks for participating in this interview. So, guys, the viewers, what do you guys think about this discussion we just had? Go ahead and post your thoughts below. And if next time, we're going to be interviewing a key member of the Devil Dogs on NC Connery. So if you have any questions for that person, please leave your questions down below in the comments section. Well, this is Action Fighter 11 signing off. See you guys next Friday for another episode of the Connery Interviews.